You think you are paying for a 3-bedroom house. You are not. You are paying for your child's future social ranking. And the terrifying part? Most Americans are paying it wrong. In the elite circles of Seoul and New York, the house itself is practically free. What you are actually writing a multi-million-dollar check for is the person your child sits next to in third grade math class. You're not buying square footage, you're buying a social filter. Today, I'm going to show you why your comfortable suburban home is actually a financial trap that's stalling your family's social mobility for generations. I'm the observer. Let's look at the framework. Look at Daechidong in Seoul. It's a forest of decaying concrete. 40-year-old apartments, rusty pipes, zero parking. Yet, these matchboxes cost $4 million. Why? Is it the architecture? No, it's the peer effect. When you move here, you aren't paying for a kitchen island. You are paying for a neighborhood where it is abnormal not to succeed. In the US, you call it a good school district, but you're distracted by the buildings or the teachers. The 1% know better. They know teachers don't matter as much as the zip code. You are paying for your child to be surrounded by the children of CEOs and surgeons. That is the only invisible asset that never depreciates. If your neighborhood doesn't have this intellectual gravity, your property value has already hit a ceiling. Most Americans spread their wealth too thin. A big yard, a guest room, a 3-car garage. That's not an investment. That's consumption. The global elite do the opposite. They use asset compression. They would rather live in a $2 million shack in a hyper-competitive hub than a $2 million mansion in a stagnant suburb. Why? Because a $4 million investment in the right neighborhood doesn't just grow your money. It decides who your child competes with for the next 30 years. It's the difference between fighting for scraps and sitting at the head of the table. You are squeezing your wealth into a tiny, high-pressure point that explodes in value because the supply of elite-forming land is zero. Here is the part that will make you angry. The middle class is being priced out of these success factories. In cities like NYC, San Francisco, and Seoul, the barriers to entry are no longer just money, they are access. If you are standing in a neighborhood where property value is just stable, you are losing. Inflation hits hardest where demand is most desperate. And nothing is more desperate than a parent's desire to keep their child in the upper class. If you aren't positioned in these anchors, you are effectively subsidizing the wealth of the elite who own the land where your children wish they could live. You are buying the paint while they are hoarding the dirt. Next time you look at your beautiful, spacious backyard, ask yourself, is this yard helping my child get into the boardrooms of the future, or is it just a luxury I'm paying for with my family's potential? The education trap is only a trap if you're on the outside. If you own the land, it's a gold mine. In the next episode, I'm going to tackle a topic that will offend many: why your backyard is a financial liability. I'll explain why the American dream of space is a silent killer of your wealth. I'm the observer. See you in the next framework.